What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to No Impulse Control. I am Justin.
I'm Jasmine.
And I forgot what we were doing for a second.
I just appreciate that your intro was my name is Justin.
That's also my outro, so
It's as fast as humanly possible.
yeah, just get it done.
Speed.
Jasmine, how you doing?
Speed. Oh, good.
Lady McQueen over there.
No, I'm good. I have a magic night tonight.
Nice.
What a nerdy statement that was.
That is super nerdy.
I have a magic night tonight. I am very excited because they're very fun. But we're gonna go hang out with a group of co-workers of Connor's and play Magic the Gathering for about 6 hours at someone's house. Actually, his supervisor's house, Donnelly.
That's the one out of state, right?
It's in New Hampshire, yes. I have 2 new decks that I'm going to be using, so I'm very excited about those. I just built them, like precons. I'm very excited. They're really good decks. I gotta switch ears because that would hurt. My glasses are. You ever get that pain where like you have headphones on and your glasses pinch into your ear?
Not anymore. I used to, but now I'm just kind of numb to it. So.
All right, emo kid. I'm just used to the pain.
Just used to it. Why'd you throw up I love you signs?
Here's rock.
Nope. That's I love you. That's
rock.
You're doing great, Sweaty.
How are you doing?
I am tired, but that's just, it is what it is. I believe, unless things plans have changed, I am going bowling later today. So it's for a birthday party, but it's not for the person that wants to go bowling. Yeah.
Are you the person that wants to go bowling?
No. Well, I mean, I'll go. I don't mind, but like, no, it's
Justin. Are you the one that's begging everyone to go bowling?
No, so Darcy's cousin Steven's birthday was yesterday, and
I saw the tie.
Yep, the tie, and Jason, who is Darcy's second cousin, but he calls us, yeah, he's the baby. Somehow talked people into going bowling.
Jason
basically, did? Yeah.
The baby?
Yeah, he looked
somehow talked. All he did was look at them, and they were like bowling. I guess.
Fair. He's got
kid's so freaking
powers.
Cute.
But I think how it went was something along the lines of looked at Steven and said, "We're going bowling for your birthday party, right?" And Steven was like, "Oh, we are?" And he goes, "Yeah." And then he told Tim, his dad, and
Tim was like, "I guess we're going bowling."
Yeah, and so they planned it out. It was pretty funny.
I love that.
And then they looked to me and Darcy and were like, "If you guys aren't busy tomorrow, like."
Well, there.
So that's what we'll be doing later today. But yeah.
I just pulled out my lint truffle. Just need you to see how dark this truffle is.
I was gonna say that's a wicked dark truffle.
The color. Oh, it's a little lighter than my sweatshirt. What kind of chocolate is this?
Dark chocolate.
70%.
I'll tell you what. No, don't make. Yeah, okay, that's better.
I dropped my truffle.
Oops.
Oh, it's gone.
I'll tell you what.
Keep talking.
That was my plan. Those people who enjoy wicked dark chocolate.
Doesn't your wife like really, really dark chocolate?
Yeah, I'm calling her out. I'm gonna be honest. I love my wife, but sometimes.
Oh God, that's so gross. Hold on.
Yeah, it's not good. I mean, Oh, she's gone. Okay, now I'm just talking.
I didn't want you to see me spit out food.
Just get off camera.
It was comfy.
Okay.
No, that
Either
was
way.
Nasty.
Yeah, dark chocolate's not it for me, Chief. I like milk chocolate, which I know is the not healthy kind of chocolate, but at least it's not white chocolate. So
This is true. The inside of this lint is fine. Like it's like a milky chocolate inside. Look at the difference.
That's crazy.
My mouth feels like chalk now.
Yeah.
By the way,
tastes a little like coffee.
insane take. One of my, or not insane take, insane thing. One of my kids just said chalk the other day instead of chalk. And I was like, and I kind of paused and I was like, what did you say? And they're like, yeah, I have like new chalk at home. And I was like, you do
Oh
not, you have new
no.
chalk at home. Chalk. And I was like, we're not saying the same word. And then we started talking about it, and a couple of my coworkers, we were talking about all the different things we say, and I said, sometimes I say sorry instead of sorry,
Sorry.
but that's just the Canadian in me. And then I found out, and I'm calling out my social worker Deirdre, who says
Wow, you called out
sawhorse
name and everything.
instead of
I'm sorry.
sawhorse,
Said what?
sahas. So sawhorse, sahas. She said that, and I was like, oh my god, what? She's from Rhode Island, so
That's crazy.
yeah, sahas. She also
That
says milk and pillow. I
well,
was like, my
milk. That's
friend says
fine.
that. No, it's
I don't
not.
say
There's
pillow.
no e.
I say pillow. I've always said pillow.
There was a time where you were saying it more like eh.
I think you're misremembering. I say spoon weirdly. I emphasize the O's.
You mean like how the word is said? Spoon?
Spoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need
Spoon.
a spoon.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
say it correctly.
Yeah,
That
because I
word
was
is correct.
bullied. I was bullied, so I had to stop saying it the way I like to say it.
How do you say it? How do you say it?
I used to
Say it
say
your way.
spoon with like emphasis on the O. I can't anymore. Like I was
Um,
legitimately like bullied out of it.
I thought you were saying this way. You're saying it now is the wrong way, and I was like, Justin, that's how you pronounce that word.
No, milk is one way, which is the right way.
What letter makes the S sound?
Depends on who you ask.
Okay, a literacy teacher.
Well, I'm not that, so you can't ask me.
Anyone that reads the alphabet.
Oh, I don't do that either. You can't ask me.
You know what? You got me there.
Got
That
him.
chocolate. Ah,
Gross. I believe it.
I got cold chills in my kneecaps from that. No, not a thing.
No.
You know how you get the cold chill that starts like here, and it's just like a wave that goes through your body.
Mm-hmm.
I got that, but it stopped at my kneecaps and just was fuzzy on my kneecaps for a minute there.
Do you have shins or feet?
I do, but it didn't go to those. What?
That something about that doesn't sit right with me. Seems like you had some major surgery recently where your shin down is gone.
I'm not showing my feet on camera.
That's not what
I
I'm
do have
asking
them.
for.
I'm not saying you're asking for. I'm just saying I would show and say I have feet, but I'm not showing my feet on camera. Because although we need the people, we don't need them that badly.
Not yet, we don't.
Not at all, we don't. Unless we're about to start paying, and then we might talk about it.
I was gonna say, I mean, once we get to a
How
point
much
where we
y'all
get
offering?
paid, like. Anyways, so question for you. This just was
Answer
off the
daily
cuff.
double.
Oh, that's a pretty important question then. If you were now
No.
this is we're not going to talk about how much money this will cost. But if you were to own your own island,
Ooh.
what would that island be?
Like which one would I want?
No. What would it be like? How would you have it set up? Would you have it just be a resort for you? Would you make it something else? Like what's?
I don't know that I would want a resort necessarily. I would like there to be. How do I phrase this without it coming across really horrible? I would like there to be old structures that I can stay in, but not old enough that I'm violating someone's heritage. You know what I mean?
So kind of like an abandoned type situation, or like?
Well, no, it doesn't have to be abandoned. People can be there. I don't want it to just be for me. I get lonely, but I would I don't want to go to like, if I were to visit like a city with like Aztec buildings or whatever, and I'm like going to sleep in one of the rooms, and how resorts make like themed rooms and just culturally insensitive. I would just like there to be old buildings. I like the idea of like a castle on my island.
That's fair.
I would like it to be warm on my island. I would
control
like a warmer
the temperature.
climate. Well, no, I just mean like a warmer climate. Like I don't want an island up near Iceland. That would be
Mm,
chilly.
that's fair.
Um, and ideally, I could get there by plane, and I would not have to take a boat at all. Or there could be an underwater tunnel in which I could drive from mainland out. Um, I would do that. I would not want to take a boat though.
Why?
Don't. I get seasick really easy. Like on ferries going across to my grandparents just because it's like gentle rocking,
Hmm.
but I'm sitting still. It's the same thing like when we played COD.
Yeah.
Don't know why I call it COD, Call of Duty, whatever. But when we would play and it'd be on the screen and the screen is like moving around, but I'm sitting still and I instantly got nauseous.
Mm.
I have the depth perception of a blind possum, so you know.
We all can't be winners.
I would also like there to be animals, but friendly ones, and maybe not koalas because koalas have syphilis or gonorrhea. What do they have?
Oh yeah, you got me. Yep,
I think they've got gonorrhea.
I think it's gonorrhea.
Did you guys know, fun fact, that all or almost all of the koalas in the world have STDs? And if they pee on you, you also get that STD.
The
What
more you
STD do
know.
koalas have? What a thing. Oh, chlamydia. My
Chlamydia.
bad.
I was gonna say gonorrhea didn't seem right, but I couldn't remember. So
No.
okay, well I
Koala
have.
chlamydia, the STD threatening the Australian icon.
Okay.
It's on the BBC. Oh. Sorry, I just saw a baby koala. It's very sweet. It can cause blindness and infertility in the koalas and can be fatal.
It can do that to us too.
I don't care about us. I care about the koalas. There's enough of us.
That is a fair point.
But
Can I
in
tell you
humans,
about
the
my island
disease
now?
is, in a minute, the disease
Okay.
is treatable with antibiotics. So we're fine. Hmm. Oh, well, goodbye. The guy that was telling people about this on the BBC for the people, um, he was in a group of eucalyptus branches and he was unfurling the eucalyptus as he was telling the story, which just seems very Australian. So, all right, your turn.
Oh, good. It's my turn now. Okay.
There's so many.
So
Oh, sorry, one more thing. The koalas have to be put
yeah.
down often. They have to kill the koalas with chlamydia.
Mm-hmm. So it doesn't
Chlamydia killing
spread.
koalas. Well, no, it's because they go blind and they just fall out of trees. So to keep it humane, they're ending them.
Fair.
Half of the females currently are infertile. It's so sad. Oh, wish I hadn't looked that fact up. All right, now that I'm depressed, go do your thing. What kind of island do you want? I'm sorry, I'm in such a mood.
Have you ever seen Scooby Doo? You know Scooby Doo, right? The dog.
Are you talking about Skeleton Island or Skull
Yeah.
Island or whatever?
Yeah, that one. That one. That's
The
one I
live
want.
action Scooby
I
Doo?
want that
Yes,
one, yeah.
I've seen that.
I would
Oh, we gotta
love to
watch
have that
that.
island. That island would be fantastic to own.
Sometimes the music plays in my head, and I can't right now do it, but I can, when you can hear something, but you can't actually sing it. Anyway,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
music from that movie is playing in my head almost on a constant loop.
The only thing that I'd change about that with the whole island thing, is I don't want the goblins.
Yeah, no, I'm all set with that.
Like,
Super duper all
maybe
set.
make it an attraction of it, but like, I don't want it to be a real thing
Yeah.
because goblins.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want the goblins, and um, I would be super all set without the cave where they brought everybody, mostly because of Scrappy
But I
Doo, the
love
little dude.
Scrappy.
Oh no, he could die. He's horrible, Justin, and I need you to know that as your friend.
Scrappy was one of my favorite characters. He was bad in that movie. Did you ever see the cartoon?
Yeah, I was a child in the early 2000s.
Yeah, Scrappy was
Yeah,
a great
he was
character
also
in that one.
annoying there.
No, you're annoying, okay? Scrappy is a good guy.
How is he a good guy?
He was just trying to do what was right for him. You ever heard of little man syndrome?
Yeah, you haven't.
Little dog syndrome. But yeah, that would be my island. You want to know why I asked you this question?
Because you're moving to a desert island?
I wouldn't. I mean, maybe.
Last couple weeks, it's been more convincing.
Does it have to be part of the U.S. like, umbrella? Can I make it my own?
No, you actually can't live in the U.S. You have to go to a different country. Aw, shucks.
I will gladly be part of Ireland's islands.
Any, actually, other
No,
islands.
I'll be part of Ireland.
Just Ireland?
Well, I mean,
I
guess Scotland too, but like
my clinical director was born in Ireland, and she goes over frequently.
Maybe she needs a partner, friend to go over.
We could look at getting tickets. I want to see how much they cost. Keep talking real quick. Why did you ask me this question?
So, I don't remember the exact number because I've now clicked off.
Oh,
the
that's
page.
too much money.
Okay, your turn.
I can make a small comment. Keep talking.
Well, you said that's too much money, and then you're like, not gonna say anything. I bring it up because I saw that Taylor Swift has an island.
What?
Yeah, Taylor Swift has her own private island. Her and Travis Kelce were on it there recently, and apparently the island costs around 1.4 billion or something along those lines.
I didn't.
So
I guess I didn't know that she was still with Travis Kelce. I kind of thought they broke up.
Nope, they're still together. She goes to the Chief games and.
Cool. Good for her.
Yeah, good for her. Good for her. Good for her.
Okay. Okay. I also feel like that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
There are so many more things you could do with that a type of money.
A type of money.
Like, I don't know, free lunches for kids.
Our school does that already.
Your school does. A lot of schools don't. They got rid of it last year for a lot of schools. You're also in an area where the state has decided. Like my area, because we have so many kids that don't come from affluent schools, we still have to pay. The kids get it for free, but we just cover the cost. But yeah, I grew up in when I was in Phoenix, I had to pay for lunch.
I had to pay throughout school.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made it so that I got it for free because I worked for the lunch lady. I would take down like who did what, like who marked for what, and then watch them as they went through the line, make sure everybody got what they needed.
Yep.
That's how I did it.
Like a prisoner.
Yeah, it was too. But I got out 15 minutes early. Got out 15 minutes early from my class. I mean, anyways, we're not going to talk about that.
All right, guys. So on the new Impulse Control podcast, school to prison pipeline, let's talk.
Well, since we're here,
I know where you're going with this. I just can't. I'm going back to Ireland.
Yeah, I wish. So, if anybody's been following the news recently,
how can you? By the way, every day I look, expecting to see like a headline that talks about something that happened yesterday, and it's just new. Every day it's
literally new.
I'm tired of living through mass events.
So the thing that we're both trying to skirt around. Well, I'm just trying to skirt around, but we're going.
No, do it. Go right into it.
Is our future president-elect, or no, current president-elect? Sorry,
president-elect.
Yeah. He has decided to make Mrs. McMahon the head of the Department of Education. Part of this in also words, um, he's also trying to get rid of the Department of Education. So,
So he's hiring her for a temporary job.
so tell me this. Tell me, okay. So anybody who doesn't know Mrs. McMahon is Mr. McMahon's wife. Who would have thought? Mr.
Right? Well,
McMahon
wild.
is
Not a good guy.
not a good guy, but he created, or not created. He made the WWE to what it is now. He has, like, went from when he bought it from his dad to now, which is wrestling, which for a lot of people would say fake. I use the word scripted because that's what it is.
It can be both.
It's I mean, it can be, but you're getting hit. I can attest to that. You are getting hit, and it does hurt a little bit.
This is true.
So scripted. So to me, what this looks like is Donny
Scripted?
Boy is trying to script.
You can't throw Donny Boy out with no warning. What is this?
Donny Boy's trying to script Mrs. McMahon's downfall by getting rid of
No,
the thing,
okay.
or the
So
Department of
thank you
Education.
for saying that. Thank you for saying that. There have been so many people that I've heard like he's putting into positions where I'm like,
Yep.
well, wait, wasn't that your friend? You hate
Yep.
that. And I'm like, is he playing the long game where he's just going to get rid of all these, which would be bad. Let me be very clear. The Department of
yeah.
Education is super necessary. But how funny to hire her and be like, oh my God, you're so loyal to me. L for you. I couldn't
Bye.
do that. L for you.
L.
I couldn't do the L. But like, did you also hear that he's nominated Elon Musk and some other guy for
Yep.
the Department of Government Efficiency, which by the way spells Doge,
Like
DOGE, like
Yeah.
Dogecoin.
Yep.
But also the Department of Government Efficiency, which does not exist, having two people run it is hilarious to me. How efficient is that?
To bring it back to the Department of Education, as two teachers here, let me just give you a small snippet of what the Department of Education does, because it does a lot. The two big things that pertain to us, well, three, I guess, that pertains to us is, one, gives us a job. Two, it is something that funds special education programs, which directly impacts the person sitting next to me. And three, it's the thing that controls the college payback, like what student loans and that kind of stuff. My man's so
Yeah.
This is the thing that I don't get. He is trying to get rid of something that, like, I hate my student loans. I want that to be clear. But he's trying to get rid of something that he was directly against getting rid of.
Yeah. So I don't understand that, because who am I going to pay if they're gone? Like, if you get
Great question.
If you get rid of the Department of Education, which I am against getting rid of, who do we pay? Like,
I went to my, like,
because
I
the
went
company
to my
is owned by the government.
I went to my government teacher in the school, like our government teacher.
Yeah.
And I was like, so,
question.
like, I have no clue how this would work. But what happens if the Department of Education is gone? And his word for word response was, I don't fucking know.
So I can tell you a little bit of what happens. So prior to, you know who Ruby Bridges is, right?
Vaguely, yeah.
Ruby Bridges was the one of the very first, actually I think she was the first black student allowed in white schools.
Yes, okay, yeah. Yep.
Ruby Bridges, I believe, either just passed away or is still alive. But she's like not that old. November 14th, 1960 was when she went for the first time.
I was going to say it was in the 60s.
Yeah, she's still alive. She's currently alive. She's still in New Orleans. I'm just trying to find like birthdays, whatever. But yeah, she was born in 1954, so she's only 70 years old. Which is wild to me that this is
in a literal lifetime
Yeah, so
we're going backwards.
a lot of the people that he's electing to get rid of these policies in place for educational systems were people who were the ones throwing stuff at Ruby Bridges. There is a big reason why they don't want you learning about Ruby Bridges.
Yep.
But before that, there were things like separate white and black fountains. There were things like open hate criming for Japanese Americans, for Irish Americans, for Black Americans, for all the different groups of people in schools. And there was openly segregated schools. The Department of Education also runs IDEA, and that controls all of the IEPs, the 504s, anything special education related. It has the Disability Act that led right into the Disability Act of 1974, 76, one of those two. But it's like a lot of these things, because of those policies, built the rest of the policies for our worker standards, for children labor acts, for like all these things. And a lot of the reasons that they want to get rid of all of these, this is my little spiel, but the reason they want to get rid of it is because they want to be able to segregate things, but they don't realize is that if they get rid of those policies, people are just gonna be like, cool, have fun, and they're not gonna participate.
I guarantee you, as soon as if somehow they unwind all of the things that they need to unwind,
right,
to get rid of the Department of Education, I guarantee I'm gone. I'm done. I will.
Justin's
I'm out. I'll start working I don't know, odd jobs or something. I will find a way to
start seeing Justin do feet pics here soon, guys.
Dude, I will. If I have to, right now, who knows what's gonna happen? But anyway, so Mrs. McMahon, let's get back to this lovely lady.
So what were you telling me right before we started recording about Mrs. McMahon?
Mrs. McMahon is a piece of literal human garbage. That's my opinion on her.
For fur.
She and I want this to be very clear. Mr. McMahon is also a literal piece of garbage.
Yes.
Both
we
of
here
them
at No
have been
Impulse
involved.
Control, full circle. We hate on everyone equally.
Yeah. We don't. Yeah. This is an equal hating opportunity right here. Yes. Yeah. Jasmine in the back.
Quick question: what the fuck is a border czar?
I don't know.
I know what a czar is.
In Why what do we context?
Have his border czar elect Tom Homan?
I don't know. Anyways, let's get back to Mrs. McMahon real quick. She is at this point accused of hasn't gone through yet. Accused of sex trafficking because she willingly knew about 5 ring boys, which are guys that set up the ring before and take down after for wrestling, events and that kind of stuff. But ring boys, for 5 of them being sex trafficked and groomed to one of the ring announcers and other people inside of the WWE. She was okay with it.
She knew about it and didn't stop it, which is insane.
Yeah, that's the minimum. I'm not diving into it because one, I don't want this whole thing to be about her because birds to her, but
sorry, what?
Birds to her.
What's that mean?
The bird to her.
Oh, I've never heard that statement before. Okay.
I think I just made it up, so.
Oh, okay, cool.
Creative.
Okay, continue.
But yeah, so she's not a good person at all. And now she is going to be the head of the Department of Education, which is directly affecting the children of the U.S. I want those people. Hang on 1 second, Jasmine. I'm sorry.
No, please. No, you're saying
I want those people.
Confirmed opinion. I'm excited.
I am. And the only reason I'm stating this is because I just need to logic brain should kick in at some point.
Yes.
Those people that voted for Trump. I don't care about your opinions. I don't care about anything right now. The people that voted for Trump. He said that he wanted best for our kids. That was his way of getting you to vote for him.
Yeah.
That was his words. Yeah, he's lying. He's lying. Who would have
Oh
thought?
my god. Folks, this
So
is Justin stating an opinion. Everyone shut the fuck up.
so I want those people to really, really sit down and think about this. One, you voted for somebody who lied to you.
A
Okay,
felon.
fine, a felon. Uh, and that's not an opinion, that's a fact. But two, you voted for somebody who told you that he's going to protect your kids and make the curriculum in the U.S. better.
White, yes.
White, yeah. And then three, directly is affecting your kids in a negative way by putting a almost it's not
A known sex
family.
negotiator.
We'll say family because I'm pretty sure Mr. McMahon, has been
Involved somehow.
no. There's what's the word for
Oh.
actually getting like legally has been like
Charged.
yeah. So I'm pretty sure he has been charged.
Mhm.
So a known
Well,
sex
she's
sex
just been
trafficking
named.
family in a head
Education?
position of education for your
Also,
children.
I feel like you shouldn't be able to, as president-elect, nominate people for these high positions. Like, I feel like there should be some qualifications, right? Like, we all do. But also, I feel like you shouldn't be able to just elect people because, well, they gave me a lot of money. Like, they gave me monies. So they must be good at this job. That's not how that works. I pay a lot of money to certain things. I am not good at those. I pay a lot of money to the Department of Education and the Department of like taxes and whatever. I'm not good at either of those things. I'm good at teaching. I'm not good at leading those things. You put me
Yeah.
in the Department of Education, I'm going to change a lot. That's why I'm not in that position. I would not
Yeah.
be good at that position. There are plenty of many qualified people who would be good in that position. Linda is not one of those people.
No. Yeah. Crazy. That's the chaos. And so
also
I have my little sticky note right here, Jasmine. Sorry, go
Can
on.
I say one more thing? So y'all know DHHS, right? Not only known for their CPS duties, but also the Department of Health and Human Services. Do you see who's elected for that one?
I have
Mr.
heard.
Robert F. Kennedy Jr., folks. Do you know what he's got? A worm in his brain! I'm so sorry that I'm yelling, but it's just baffling to me that everyone was like totally fine with this man who killed a bear on the highway and took it home, like a young bear. He just shot and killed a bear. Regularly says things like he wants to get rid of vaccine mandates for children. Yep. And I'm like, what? Also has a worm in his brain. He has a parasite in his noggin. And we were like, this man is surely qualified. He also looks like he has spent all of his time on the sun. That man is so sunburnt all the time.
Yep. I think it's really hard to like it's hard
he's
right
such a
now.
Scary person.
Well, it's a scary world. That's the point I was about to get at. It's like it's so hard to be in the US right now.
Yeah.
And like we were joking about like moving. For the most part, we were joking.
I'm not.
Like there is some truth to it. But like it's not something that I take lightly. It's not something that I know Jasmine takes lightly. And 4 years, that's it.
Yeah.
It could be long. Could be a very long 4 years. It could be a very long 8 years. It could be a very long rest of Trump's life.
I was going to say, because one of the things that he's been talking about is getting rid of the voting policy. That, like, after 4 years, he wants to get rid of the amendment that limits presidents to 2 terms. That's so scary.
That won't happen. And I can tell you why. Because when he tried, it was something like amending it to make it so that he could do a 3rd term. Mm-hmm. Back when he like his side of the aisle voted it down. Like that, it won't happen. Mm-hmm. So even with because the House and the House and the Senate are both Republican heavy.
Right.
How do you say that? So like it is control. Yeah. So like even with that, I still don't see that happening. But in the next 4 years, who knows? What scares me the most is that we live close to the coast and close to other countries, other powerful countries.
Yeah.
And
it's been the last 6 days of the news have been terrifying.
Yeah. That's why I try not to watch the news, which is, yeah,
He gets his news from me, and then he goes, "Well,
yeah,
hold on, I need to check and make sure this isn't just Jasmine being paranoid because Jasmine gets paranoid. I don't like the idea of dying suddenly."
yeah. And so, like, we say our opinions. I want this, and this is something else that like runs through my head, especially in like a public setting, in a setting of we are people that children look up to, in a setting that we are trying to
Oh
entertain.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I want this to be very clear. Like, we're sharing our opinions not because we're trying to down or hate or anything like that. We're sharing our opinions because realistically, this is something that
This is a
the
coping
world
mechanism, folks.
this is a coping mechanism, yeah, and the world should not be dealing with this. Like,
No, it's
realistically, the world
insane.
should not be dealing with this. So it's just kind of scary to live in a world like this. But you know who did decide to move, who actually made the commitment and moved out? Not a great person, but I saw it in the news.
Who
um
moved?
Ellen DeGeneres and her wife.
Oh, thank God. Sorry.
Well, yeah, they moved to England because of Trump getting
I
elected.
mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I don't blame
But
her.
poor England.
Well, yeah, that too.
I'm
Um,
not a big fan of Ellen. I
and
don't.
that's understandable. She
I
also isn't a
don't.
great person, but
I just it bother like her show bothers me. I used to watch it like you're homesick, you watch
yeah,
whatever,
that'd
right?
be the go-to.
Usually
Yeah.
PBS, but Ellen was on during daytime TV. But I didn't like how a lot of guests would come on and she would make them feel like absolute garbage for certain
Hmm.
things. And then my tipping point I think was a few years ago. She posted or a video was posted of somebody saying something about a party and she made them out to be like a bad guy by saying that she was like, "Oh, well, you didn't invite me. You didn't. My invite must have gotten lost in the mail." And they were like, "No, we invited you. You said no. Like, I invited you multiple times. You said no." And she was
Yeah.
like, "No, no, no. It must have gotten lost in the mail." And she goes, "The person was like, "No, I invited you," and it was like to make the guest look bad and make Ellen look good. And I was like, I don't vibe with that.
Yeah. I think honestly, like, my take on Ellen is that she was, when she first started, she was very genuine, very kind, very, like, back, down to earth. But I think, like a lot of people, money rots.
Oh
So
yeah.
when you earn and have a lot of money going your way and a lot of, that kind of stuff, a lot of popularity, you become a toxic person. That's my opinion. So, um, but not to dwell on Ellen. Um,
Not to dwell
I
on, as
have,
some would say. Sorry.
I like that one actually
Thank
a
you, thank
lot.
you. I said it and then I instantly regretted it, but I was like, "Oh, it's fine."
Because your kids are gonna be like, dwelling.
Yeah, if my kids are watching this, you needed to have shut this off so much further ago.
um, yeah.
Oh wait,
So
hold on. Wait, talk real quick.
hello.
Ah, my headphones
So
just died.
while she's interrupting me and trying to find her headphones, her updated headphones, we have merch. If you want to go check out our merch, it's at thesoccerking1239.com. You go over to the little merch tab, you push down, and boom, you'll find the merch. Go get some merch. It's a lot of fun, a lot of cool, a lot of quirky stuff. We got chaotic. We had a chaotic collection out that we released a couple months ago, and you
Speaking
never
of
know.
merch, are we gonna do a winter collection?
We could. We haven't really talked about it, but
It's just
I
gonna
don't know.
be.
They should tell us. What do they want?
What do you want?
What do you want? I don't have $1 million either. Anyways, so
I was like, huh? And then it made sense. Also,
so
got a little distracted staring at the camera, and I just sort of started just staring.
just
Yeah, yeah. The zone out look.
so I actually have an update. My future year, next year, looks a little like I might potentially have a student teacher or two.
You might have what?
A student teacher or two,
You
which is
might,
really exciting and really scary at the same time.
but that's
Exciting
so
because,
cool.
like, yeah. And to me, like, that's really exciting because I can, prepare them. I can make sure that they're, ready for what they're walking into.
Mm-hmm.
What's scary is that they trust me. That's the
Mm.
scary part. That one I don't love. And I know you know the feeling because of your
Hmm.
current situation. But like it's a
It's
pretty,
scary.
yeah, it's a scary thought process.
I think though the best. So like, I don't know. As someone who, or two people who recently went through student teaching, I feel like we can kind of say. But yours was so different because you were in COVID, so it was like
I
much
had
different.
7 weeks.
Right, right.
You're
And I
supposed to
student
have
taught at your
16.
school.
Yeah. And you
Um,
came to me, but you
my
weren't mine.
best.
You were, yeah.
No, I wasn't. But my best advice would be don't start. Oh my god, why is my ear so red?
That is so red. Holy
Is
cow.
this one as bad?
I can't tell. You have it covered.
My best advice would be don't let your student teacher start working at the school. Like if they make the comment, I could probably just work here as a sub. Just say no. It was so fun, and I regret it so much because there
Mm,
were definitely things that I wish I had learned that I probably could have if I had just been in the room.
yeah.
And then I know you don't care, but my only other piece of
You
advice would
mean
be,
you mean like while they're student teaching, don't let them be a sub.
yeah,
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 no.
because I was there for
Your
5 weeks.
situation was not okay. But yeah, go on.
You and I have talked plenty about that,
Yeah.
but no, the other thing was just being genuine, like not trying to make it so that you're like, the most, the best teacher for this, blah, 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 just being genuine.
Yeah, oh
I,
yeah.
with practicum, I felt like my practicum teacher was, I also felt like Ty was very genuine, but I felt like sometimes she was very genuine and then sometimes she was more like trying to boost herself so that it was like, oh, I am a mentor for the teacher. And it always made me be like, I also have to boost myself up. And it
Yeah.
was just when those moments when her and I were very genuine with one another, it was the best. I felt like I learned much more that way.
Well, the thing with these two guys is because they're both guys that want to be PE and
Oh,
health.
I was like, you have two
Um,
health teacher guys? That's awesome.
no, they want both. They both kind of lean towards PE, so it'll be like we're gonna try to make it so that Talok has one and I have the other, and then they
And then
switch.
switch. Yeah.
But like the goal for that, for me at least, is to kind of like be real with them about it. Like it's
Yeah.
not easy. Teaching
No,
is
it's
not
not.
an easy job, and you're going into a tough field, and I know you guys. I know both of them, so
Oh, you do?
yeah. They one of them's a current UMF student who is part of the um,
Very
ultimate
cool.
team, and then one of them is a parent of one of my previous students who was military, had another job, and then decided he wants to teach PE.
Oh, that's so
So
cool.
yeah, he's going through that route. So both of them, like I have had experiences with, so it's kind of cool and exciting.
Yeah.
But it's all it's a whole you never know what's gonna happen basically. So like it could be the next year I don't have any, but the conversation has been had both by me and my principal, but also by me to those students of hey, you know, let your person know my principal's good with it. Like
Yeah.
so, but yeah.
Can I also just say, because we're on air and you can't avoid this now, congrats. That's awesome, and I'm very proud of you because it's hard to be a student teacher, and it's awesome that you got considered for it. And I hope that you get your kids and you can student
I
teach. I think you'll do a
so
great job.
one thing that I really want, and this is not to down any teacher that I've had or any teachers that might be watching, I'm a big proponent of turnover. And what I mean by that is education is consistently changing.
Okay.
And if we are not, as teachers, willing to change with it,
Hmm.
then it might be time for somebody new to come in.
Cool. That's what I thought. But I was like, are you saying that you are wanting teachers to just like constantly be changing jobs?
No. If you're not
I
willing to
was like,
change and you're not willing to adapt what you do,
oh, I see.
then
I
it's time
understand
for you
now.
to move on.
I
And
understand.
unfortunately, in the past, I've this is my 5th year, and in my 5 years, I've seen that. I've seen teachers
Hmm.
who are just not willing to change, and I'm like, well, then
You're
move
dealing
on,
with
move to a
that
different.
pretty much right now, right? Sorry.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, but I
You
do
do know what I'm
have
talking
like
about, but I'm being very
I
vague. I
probably do.
apologize.
I do have like in my mind, I'm still. This is I just said it. I'm 5 years in, and I'm still the baby of the school.
Upsetting numbers right there, by the way. 5 years
Uh-huh.
in is
Uh-huh.
crazy to me.
Like I say baby of the school. I'm the baby teacher. We have a ed tech that is younger than me, one, and we have a no, we have one ed tech who is younger than me. That's it.
I'm the
So
baby in my
like,
school right now, I think, too. No, we have one ed tech
which
that's younger than me.
which is like, I mean, cool. And here's the thing: that ed tech was a former student of mine.
I was gonna say,
So
was it Noah?
yeah, it's Noah. You guys met him last week.
I was like, was
Um,
that Noah?
yeah, he is the only one who is younger than me in the school. I'm 27, 26. How old am I?
You're 26, Justin. Let's not age ourselves here. Jeez,
I'm 26, so I know
good
I'm not like
Lord,
old, but
Jandis.
like in education, like I feel like getting new people in is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't hurt.
It doesn't. No, it's good. Getting new people in is good.
The only issue I have with it is that we have had some new people show up and they were very stuck in their ways already. And I'm like,
Oh,
you can't be. You can't be. You coming in
right.
and they were not coming out of college. I think that's the big thing is we got to look. I speak as if I have any say here, but I think it's important to look at the college kids who are coming out and offer that.
Yeah.
Like, hey, look, I see that you're making improvement. I see that you have opportunity. I see that you're willing to be adaptable. So here's something. Here's an opportunity for you to be part of the team, part of the school.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, that's my little
Your
spiel
spiel.
about
Well,
that.
congrats.
Got a
That's
lot of spiels
awesome.
today.
You have so many opinions today. This is
I'm not
amazing.
I'm not a big fan of this.
I love this.
Okay, well, yeah. Last thing on my small list is cut. Move on. Okay. Is
No more feelings.
have you been
I have
paying
not.
attention to the movies that are coming out?
Kind of. Why?
Okay.
Did you see
Well,
Saw 11's coming out?
I have not actually. I was thinking Gladiator 2 and
Did see that.
Wicked.
I want to
I
go
know
see
you're not a
Wicked.
musical. Oh,
Shut the fuck up right now.
you've told me before that you were not a musical person.
I don't want to go watch them. I have a select few that I would like to go see on Broadway. I like musical adaptations that have become movies, though. It's easier to access. It's cheaper.
They're usually worse.
I know, but I like them in movie format.
Okay. Anyways.
I used to not be into musicals as much. I don't know what happened between me being 24 and turning 25, but lately I have been very into musicals.
Mind you, in college, I was into musicals, and she was like, I'm not
I
really
liked
down for
Hamilton.
that.
You and
Hamilton
I
is one thing.
Okay, you don't have to yell at me. um, no, I like some musicals. I listen to soundtracks. I haven't seen many of them, but I do listen to the soundtracks on
Yeah.
Spotify. I want to go see Wicked so bad.
Yeah, me too. The big thing that I want to say to anybody, to the 20 people who might be listening, is if you go see Wicked, don't sing. Like, don't do it.
Oh my god.
If you sing and I'm in the theater, I'm coming over the seats. I'm gonna attack
you.
I'm gonna choke you out and you're done. You don't get to finish the movie.
If you're like sitting there and you're like mouthing the words or like you're very quiet.
If you're sitting next to me, don't.
He says that because he wants to be able to chat with whoever he's with.
Exactly.
No, but like I've seen TikToks that people are filming where they're full on like standing up and singing. I'm like, do you have no shame? Do you have no embarrassment? Do you have no like internal voice telling you that you're horrible for doing what you're doing? Because you are.
That's great. Like, nobody's going to see you. We're going to see the movie.
Right? What?
If we wanted to see you, we would find the closest Broadway or closest theater,
yeah,
and you would be in it, I'm sure. But yeah.
I don't.
I also, sorry.
No, go. No, you're good.
I need to jump back real quick. In the next 4 years, I'm jumping back to the DOE, Department of Education stuff. In the next 4 years, don't be subscribed. Don't be surprised if you could subscribe to see things on Amazon Prime in the classroom, because Linda McMahon is WWE and they do subscription programs and it's funny.
Do you know how much money I would pay to have my classroom have a camera? There are times I don't.
I don't want that.
But I have to make reports, right? So I have to write reports daily to people about like holds and stuff. And there are times the districts are like, well, exactly what happened. Buddy pal, there were 18 things that happened today. I don't fucking remember because they want to know a play by play. And I get it. They're at the district. Why did it get
Yeah.
so bright? The sun is attacking. That's a lamp. But like
The sun.
there are times when I'm telling people or like telling people at staff meetings and whatever, this happened, and they're like, well, that's not like them. And I'm like, I know it's not. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah.
And it'd be nice to be like, let's just rewind the tapes. Let's just back that shit up. Like,
Let's just watch this.
there are other times where, you know, I don't want my kids observed on a camera or like to have their parents watching because I don't want to deal with it. But there are times that it'd be very helpful. Or for me to be able to like Snapchat record it. I'm not going to Snapchat record my kids, guys. Don't worry.
But don't be surprised in the next 4 years if you have the opportunity to pay, you know, Amazon Prime for it or Netflix or I don't know, somebody else. Or the milk that we get in the schools is going to turn into Prime.
Oh.
3 different flavors of Prime. Anyways, so yeah, Wicked's coming out, Gladiator 2 is coming out, Saw 11.
So,
I think we're in a good time for movies.
I gotta tell you guys, if you haven't gone to see Red 1 yet, I just went to see that with Connor.
See that so
Dude,
bad.
I will go watch it again. I would probably watch about 15 more times.
Well, you know, Thanksgiving break is coming, and I don't know what the plans are for us, so I'm not going to make any promises.
We're going home Wednesday night, and then we'll be back Sunday afternoon.
Rude. It's just very rude of you.
Well,
ditch your friend like that.
Do you want to come home with me for Thanksgiving?
No, I don't actually.
You don't?
Anyways, because we could dive into this.
We're staying at the granddad's house. So there's just no room at Christmas anymore. There's an extra bedroom if you wanted to stay.
No, I think we're all set. I don't see Darcy wanting to leave at this point. Actually, happy Thanksgiving because this is the weekend after.
Oh my god! Happy Thanksgiving, folks. Oh my god, we're horrible.
If you haven't noticed, we are recording ahead of time. So
I'm gonna be honest.
Hope
totally
your Thanksgiving was
great.
Was hope it was great. And yeah, so I think with that, we're just gonna cut it. I think that's a good end. Jasmine, where can they find you?
Asminsta 1721 on some things, Asminsta on others. I saw a few of you followed me. Hey, what's up, homegirls? How y'all doing? I haven't been posting, so enjoy that. They can find the show at No Impulse Control on certain things. Spotify, YouTube for podcast purposes, and then TikTok and Instagram for socials. Justin, where can they find you?
The Soccer King 1239 or TSK 1239 on some things and on the others. And also they can find me confused and not knowing what's going on in life. So with that, we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
Peace out.